Happy New Year, guys. The first episode of Guys Time with the Bryes of 2024 is today, as I mentioned on my story on Instagram. Guys Time with the Bryes episodes will be recorded starting on Wednesdays now, and I think that's how we're going to do it for the time being, because I want to give you guys the opportunity to view these episodes and then listen to them on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and then watch them on my YouTube channel. So yeah, Wednesdays are going to be the new day for episodes of Guys Time with the Bryes, so be on the lookout every Wednesday. The Bryes will definitely get some episodes out. So yeah, welcome back and Happy New Year. 2024 is upon us. I hope you had a great little vacation there. New Year's Eve going to New Year's Day. A lot of people had Monday off. I did as well, so I definitely enjoyed my day, kind of relaxed, kind of just soaking up the new year, 2024. It's crazy that we're already here, and yeah, just a great weekend to just sit back, relax, and enjoy my time with the people I care about most, my family and my friends. So hopefully you guys did the same. Hopefully you guys watched some sports. We got to talk about that Lions-Cowboys game. I know around here we're getting sick and tired of it, but I got to just give my 2 cents about it, my thoughts about that game. It was crazy, hell of a game, just a shitty ending. But yeah, we'll dive into that here in a couple of seconds. So we got to talk about that. We got to talk about the college football playoff, the semifinal games, both games coming down to the wire. Michigan taking care of business against Alabama, and then Washington taking care of business against Texas. So you got Michigan versus Washington in the college football playoff national championship game next Monday, 7:30 on ESPN. That's going to be a really interesting one there. So we got to talk about that. You got to talk about some hockey and some UFC, as we always do. This is the first episode, 2024, of Guys Time with the Bryes. Let's go right into it, as we usually do on this podcast. So yeah, let's talk about college football. So college football, obviously crazy 2 games, 2 semifinal games. Monday night, New Year's Day, we had Michigan and Alabama in the first game. That game was crazy, man. It came down to 4th and goal and went into overtime, and we stopped them. Our defense, I tell you what, if they should have gave out the MVP award to the defense of Michigan, because that whole game they were great, except for that third quarter. That third quarter kind of freaked me out a little bit. We only had 23 yards total, no points. I mean, it was getting a little crazy there for a second. It seemed like Alabama made slight adjustments, but and we were having trouble stopping them on defense. But then, when it mattered most, our defense definitely came to play. And even that first half, we had 5 sacks on Jalen Milroe, which was crazy. Our defensive line definitely battled with Alabama's offensive line, and we definitely won the battle of the trenches there. So yeah, if anything, I think the MVP of that game belonged to that defense of Michigan. They came up big, man. That fourth and goal stop in overtime to send their ticket to the national championship game. Unbelievable, man. That game was just crazy. I was on the edge of my seat. My uncles, his buddy, my aunt, everyone that was at their house. I mean, we were just, we couldn't believe it, man. We were just so excited. We were nervous. Like I said, on the edge of our seat. We were just, it was crazy. It was a crazy-ass game. One of the better games I've seen watching the sports and even college football this season. So, but yeah, Michigan going to the national championship. I mean, I am so excited. Hopefully they get the job done. I mean, it'd be good for the program. Obviously, they haven't won a title since 1997. They shared that with Nebraska, I do believe so, and they haven't won it outright since the 1940s. So this would be the year for Michigan to win the national championship. So hopefully they do. Obviously, with everything going on this season, the whole sign stealing scandal, definitely, I don't want to say distract the team, but it definitely, it created a burden for them, really, for the entire season when that story came out. It's still allegations. I mean, yeah, they might have some evidence here and there. NCAA is going to look into it. I think they opened up an investigation a while back, so we haven't really heard anything about it. They'll probably wait till the national championship is done. If Michigan wins, that's how they play. They play a little dirty, but it is what it is. So despite all that, all the BS with the sign stealing scandal and Jim Harbaugh being suspended twice in the same season, for 4 games really, at the beginning of the year, and then the last 3 games of the regular season. Obviously not coaching during the Ohio State game. It didn't matter. We got the job done. We beat Ohio State. But yeah, despite all that, we were able to overcome adversity and get the job done Monday night against Alabama, which is crazy. Alabama's been the team for a long time. Obviously, it's not the same old Alabama. They've changed a little bit. But obviously, when I was a teenager and even a young adult, even in my college days, they were winning national championships. But now we were able to beat them. Great game, and we took care of business Monday night. So that was great to see that. But despite all that, we were able to get the job done, and I'm very happy that Michigan's going to the national championship. They deserve it. I don't care what anyone says. You can say all you want, but that team worked their ass off this year, especially dealing with the science stealing scandal, bullshit, everything going on. All eyes on Michigan. They overcame adversity and kicked it right in the ass, and now they're competing for a national championship. I really hope they win. I mean, they gotta win, right? They came this far. They've worked their asses off. They battled through adversity. You gotta get it done now. This is where it matters most. That Washington team's no joke. So Michigan has to get the job done, and I think they will. So, in terms of my picks for the national championship, yeah, I'll waste no time doing that, right? You got Michigan versus Washington. I got Michigan winning this one. I think they find a way to stop Michael Penix Jr. Obviously, one of the most electrifying players we've ever seen in college football. I think that defense of Michigan will take care of Washington's offense, and I think our offense will be scoring some touchdowns with Blake Corum running the ball and J.J. McCarthy just making plays, and he has to make plays. He has to make plays in that game. And then our special teams needs to clean up a little bit. I mean, it was god-awful Monday night, so we definitely have to clean that up for sure. And then besides that, yeah, Michigan's going to win the national championship. So that's my pick for the national championship game. Who do you guys got? Michigan, Washington. Place your bets. Watch it next Monday on ESPN, 7:30 p.m. You got Michigan Wolverines going up against the Washington Huskies. It's going to be a great one. Go Blue. Take care of business. Win the Natty. You guys deserve it. So, yeah, we had that going on. But, yeah, that was a crazy game, man. And then, obviously, the other game, Texas and Washington, watched a little bit of that. That came down the wire, too. It looked like Washington was walking away with it. Texas came back, and then it came down to the last play, and Washington was able to stop Texas. So another great game, and that's how both college football playoff semifinal games should be. It comes down to the wire, both teams giving it their all. It's an exciting back-and-forth battle, and both games delivered, the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. So, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for putting on a performance of a lifetime. All four teams, Michigan, Alabama, Texas, Washington. That was awesome football, probably some of the best football I've seen so far. Obviously, a great way to start off 2024. Michigan going to the national championship, and then you got Washington going there as well. So it was awesome, man. It was a great night. I had trouble sleeping because I just can't believe Michigan's going to the national championship. So I'm actually, alive and aware that this is going on. Obviously I was a little baby when they shared a national championship back in '97. So 2024, here we are. So, yeah, go Blue. Like I said, take care of business, beat Washington, win the Natty. It's yours. Take it. So, yeah, you got that going on. But, yeah, great game. Great semifinal playoffs for the college football playoff. Michigan, Alabama, Washington, Texas, both great games. So, yeah, national championship. Watch it next Monday, 7:30, as I mentioned. Place your bets. Go Blue. Take care of business. Win the Natty. It's yours, baby. So, yeah, we got that going on. College football, what a way to start off the first episode of 2024, right? So, yeah, you got that. Now we got to talk about this Lions-Cowboys game. Okay, so the Lions-Cowboys game, great game. I watched the whole game. It was a great game. Lions were competing against Cowboys. Cowboys undefeated at home, 7-0. Going into that game, we looked good. Our defense, kind of struggling a little bit, but towards the end there, we finally figured some stuff out. Couldn't stop CeeDee Lamb, unfortunately, but we held our own for all that time until, the play happened. We throw it to Terry. We scored with like 24 seconds left. Instead of kicking it, the extra point to go into overtime, we're going to go for the win. That's how Dan Campbell is. And, at the time, I didn't have a problem with it. It is what it is. That's who he is. But then, obviously, after that play, after we got penalized for the illegal touching by Taylor Decker, obviously, that's when I was like, okay, kick the extra point. We go into overtime. So, yeah, so the penalty happened, and then we go for it again. And then they were called, Dallas was called offsides. We have another opportunity. So 3 tries to get 2 points and win that game. And Jared Goff just threw it bad. I mean, just a bad throw, shit throw to James Mitchell. I mean, give the guy a chance at least. I mean, you threw it at the ground, throw it at his numbers, and then why are we even throwing to James Mitchell? Throw it, in that situation, you gotta give it to one of your star players. You gotta give it to St. Brown or Jahmyr Gibbs. I know Sam Laporta was hurt, so that wasn't an option, but you gotta give it to your star players. You can't give it to James Mitchell. No offense to James Mitchell, but I mean that's a very important play. Here we win or we don't. So. But the throw was shitty, so Jared Goff has much to blame for that as well. So, yeah, everyone wants this whole situation. Everyone wants to blame the referees. I get it. The referees were horrible. I mean, that call, I mean, it was bullshit. It is what it is. But it you know, this is like the Lions fans' mentality. The refs are after us. They're always against us. And that may be true. I mean, many years ago, going up against Dallas in the playoffs. At Dallas, of course. Brandon Pettigrew got interfered with. It was a flag thrown, correct flag. I mean, good call, right? They pick it up and said no pass interference. So yeah, that was complete bullshit. But now fast forward so many years later, here we are. Taylor Decker, I guess what the video shows is that he's telling the head official, Brad Allen, that he's reporting eligible. I guess Brad Allen never acknowledged it. He saw number 70 coming in, so he said 70 was reported eligible. So, yeah, it is a crazy situation, but it is what it is. Like I said, we got to move on. We got Minnesota Sunday, and we got to definitely win that game, finish off the season right on a high note, and definitely try to keep our spot in the playoffs. So at this point, in order for us to get the 2 seed, I think this has to happen. Obviously, we got to win. The Lions have to win, and then Dallas and Philly both have to lose for us to get the 2 seed. So. And then Philadelphia's got the Giants, and then Dallas has the Commanders. So division games, definitely Washington can beat Dallas, and then the Giants can beat the Eagles, especially the Eagles losing to the Cardinals, the 3-win Cardinals. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that. So anything can happen at this point. But yeah, the Eagles and the Cowboys need to lose, and then we need to win, and then we get the 2 seed. It was just unfortunate. We could have had the 1 seed if we beat Dallas, and then hopefully maybe 49ers would have lost one of their games either last week or even this week, this Sunday coming up. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case anymore. So we just got to move on and just get ready for Minnesota. But yeah, that game against Dallas was crazy. And then the crazy part about that, Dan Campbell told the referees before the game that this play might happen with Taylor Decker, and I guess they still didn't acknowledge it. Obviously, sports talk radio around here, 97 won a ticket. They've been talking about it for days. We just gotta move on, man. You know, at this point, it is what it is. It sucks. Like I said, crappy way to end a great game, because I thought it was a great game. The Lions definitely held their own against the Dallas Cowboys on the road. Like I said, Dallas is undefeated this year. They're 8-0 at home. And yeah, it was a crappy way to end that game for sure. So, but it is what it is. You know, I guess you guys have opinions about it, but my opinion, yeah, it was shitty. You know, like I said, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, it sucks. Like I said, the referees, yeah, they screwed us for sure. But then at the same time, Jared Goff doesn't throw 2 interceptions. Dan Campbell kicks the field goal late in the second quarter instead of go for it on a 4th down. You know, and then we go into overtime, or we might not even go into overtime. We're up by 3. We might win the game if we kick that field goal in the second quarter. But it's who Dan Campbell is. He's been gambling all year, and ever since he became the head coach back in 2021, he goes for it more than any other head coach in the NFL. The Lions go for it on more 4th downs than any other team in the NFL. So that's who they are. Yeah, you can't blame it. Sometimes we're successful. You know, he looks like a stud, Dan Campbell. Sometimes it bites us in the ass. You know, that's football. You take chances. So, what are you going to do? We move on. We got Minnesota Sunday. We got to take care of business at home. End the regular season on a high note. Get that W. Beat Minnesota. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about the whole Lions-Dallas situation. I know you guys have opinions about it. Let me hear it. You know, leave some comments. But, yeah, definitely great game, shitty ending. That's going to be my summary of the Dallas Cowboys Detroit Lions game this past Saturday. So we got that. We move on. We got to talk about the NFL schedule for week 18. So you guys doing fantasy football, if you guys are done, congratulations, whoever won in your leagues. I hope you guys had fun. I know in the Guys Time the Prize League, we had a bunch of fun. It came down to the wire, man. It was my cousin Trevor and my brother Leon. My brother Leon looked like he was going to win, but he ended up losing by 0.05 points. That close against my cousin. Definitely a great championship game for fantasy football. So yeah, Trevor, I know you're going to be listening to this later. Congratulations, man. You're the champion. You get the belt. And yeah, congrats, man. That's awesome. And then my brother wins second place. And then Mike Borders, shout out to him. He gets the third place prize. So I will definitely send those out as soon as possible. But yeah, it was a great season. All the guys had fun. It was our third year doing Guys Time the Prize Fantasy Football League. So I'm glad they're still sticking around, having fun. We had the championship belt this year. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, Trevor, he's the champion, man. So congrats, Trevor. You deserve it, man. I mean, great victory. But yeah, 0.05, man. Got to feel for my brother, man. That's just a heartbreaker. But yeah, definitely a great championship game between those two. And yeah, my brother and my cousin, keep it in the family, right? So yeah, that was awesome. But everyone else, if you did fantasy football this year, whoever won, congrats. I hope everyone else had fun. Fantasy football is always a good time. So yeah, with that, we got to talk about Week 18 already. So Week 18, we got two games on Saturday. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Brad Allen's crew is actually officiating this game. So a lot of eyes are going to be on this game, 4:30 on ESPN. So, man, is there going to be some controversy? I can't even speak. Is there going to be any controversy in this game? Or is there going to be any BS calls, some bullshit calls? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Baltimore, I think they already said they're going to sit Lamar Jackson. Pittsburgh, I think it still has a chance to make it to the playoffs, a slight chance. So for this one, I don't know. I'm going to still pick Baltimore at home. They'll take care of business there. You got Houston at Indianapolis. I like Houston in this one. They'll take care of business. That's the second Saturday game, 8:15 on ESPN. So 2 Saturday games, place your bets, and obviously fantasy football is over for everyone. So yeah, just place your bets and watch some Saturday football. And then obviously the rest of the games are going to be on Sunday. So for Week 18, we got Cleveland at Cincinnati. I like Cleveland in this one. Minnesota at Detroit. It sounds like Detroit's going to play their starters for most of the game. Dan Campbell came out and said that. So I like Detroit at home. They got to take care of business, beat the Vikings, end the regular season on a high note. Go Lions. Win at home, baby. So I got the Lions beating the Vikings there. You got the Jaguars at Tennessee. I like the Jaguars in this one. The Jets at New England. I like the Jets winning that one. You got the Falcons at the Saints. The Saints at home. I like them winning that one. You got the Buccaneers and the Panthers. Panthers are trash, and I guess their owner likes to throw drinks at fans. So they got that going on. I like Tampa Bay in this one. You got the Bears at the Packers. I like Packers at home. It's cold. Packers are good at home. I like the Packers winning that game. You got the Broncos and the Raiders. I think the Raiders get a victory in this one. Denver getting rid of Russell Wilson, which is crazy. And asked him to restructure his contract. He said no, so they're going to release his ass. They got a lot of crap to deal with, and they're already out of the playoffs. Both teams are. I like the Vegas Raiders at home taking care of business against the Broncos there. You got the Eagles at the Giants. The Eagles just got done losing to a 3-win Arizona team. Trash, garbage. And then, even the past couple weeks, Philadelphia hasn't looked good. Barely scraping by, it seems like. But on the road at the Giants, I don't know, division game. I'm going to go with the Eagles, man. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think they clean some stuff up. I think they wake up and start playing some football. They get the victory on the road against the Giants. So I got that. You got the Seahawks going up against the Cardinals, a division game. I like the Seahawks in this one. I think they're battling for a playoff spot right now. So I like the Seahawks there against the Cardinals. You got the Chiefs at the Chargers. Chargers, just unfortunate. All that talent, they just can't get anything done. I heard rumors that Jim Harbaugh might be going to the Chargers, coaching there, regardless if he wins the national championship or not. We'll see. That'd be an interesting situation there, because he's kind of a quarterback guru. He played for the Chargers when he played professional football, and then him working with Justin Herbert, that might be an interesting combo there. But who knows? It's all rumors. But yeah, you got the Chargers and the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs in this one. You got the Rams at the 49ers. 49ers, they're probably going to sit most of their starters, so I'm going to pick the Rams to win this one. I think they might be in the playoffs. They might be in the wild card, or they might still be fighting for a playoff spot. If they win, I think the Detroit's going up against them. So we go up against Matthew Stafford. that might be an interesting matchup there. But yeah, I got the Rams over the 49ers. Call me crazy, but whatever. You got the Cowboys at the Commanders. So like I said earlier, this is a game where Washington could easily win. Dallas is not too great on the road this year, so I'm going to pick Washington in this one. That's going to be my upset pick of the week. And then Sunday Night Football, the last Sunday Night Football of the regular season, Week 18. It closes out with two teams from the AFC East. You got the Buffalo Bills going up against the Miami Dolphins. I like the Miami Dolphins, man, at home. I like them winning that game. So yeah, those are the Brise's Week 18 picks, the last picks of the regular season. So we got that going on. Hopefully you guys watch some football games, play some bets, and enjoy Sunday football. So you got that. We got to hop over to hockey now. So last night the Red Wings won, crazy enough, on the road at San Jose. They won like 5-3, I think. So thank God for that, right? Yeah, they definitely needed a win. Start off the season on a high note because the whole month of December rather, they were playing crap hockey. I mean trash on many levels. So that was good to see that. You got a couple games on tonight. So you got the New Jersey Devils going up against the Washington Capitals. That should be an interesting one. The Capitals won 4-3 last night, a nail biter against the Penguins on the road. So you had that going on. And then Toronto Maple Leafs going up against the Anaheim Ducks. That's the later game, 9 o'clock. So yeah, you got that going on as well. And then the Red Wings don't play till tomorrow, I do believe. Yeah, Thursday they go up against the Los Angeles Kings. 10:30. I'm probably gonna be in bed by then. So yeah, you got a bunch of games on tomorrow. Oh, Pittsburgh and Boston, that might be a good one. Let's see, Chicago Rangers, that might be a good one. Vancouver, actually doing pretty well this year. Crazy enough, going up against the St. Louis Blues, so that might be a good one too. Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Florida, Vegas. That's cool. Ottawa and Seattle. Yeah, Seattle and Vegas, they played against each other in the Winter Classic. I think Seattle ended up winning that one New Year's Day. So, yeah, that going on as well. So, yeah, you got hockey on tonight, 2 games on tonight. Watch that, and then you got a bunch of games on tomorrow. The Red Wings play tomorrow. Late game against the Canes. Hopefully they get another victory out west. And, start off the season on a good note. So, hockey, watch some football. And then, of course, as we do with all the episodes, even last year in 2023, 2024, no different. We end these episodes with some UFC talk. So we got some fight nights coming up. So next Saturday, January 13th, you got a lightweight bout between Ankalaev, Magomed Ankalaev, going up against Johnny Walker. I think this is the second time they're going up against each other, so that should be an interesting one there. Jim Miller, still around. He's fighting in this card. I think he's going to be fighting at UFC 300 too, and that's in April, so that's going to be interesting. He's been around for a minute. He's on this card as well. And all these other guys, I don't know. These are some new guys for sure. So you have that. But then UFC 297, a few weeks from now, January 20th, pay-per-view. UFC 297, we got Sean Strickland defending the middleweight title against Dricus du Plessis. The South African, making some moves, man. That guy is a monster. That's going to be an interesting one. They're fighting for the middleweight title. And then you got Raquel Pennington going up against Myra Bueno Silva, rather. So that's going to be an interesting one there, too. Let's see. I know there's more fights on that card. And it's only showing me 2 fights. So, yeah, just give me 1 second. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Strickland and du Plessis, that might be an interesting fight there. Great way to start off 2024. Yeah, it's going to be in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, so our neighbor over there. So, yeah, you got Neil Magny in action. You got Arnold Allen, Dominic Reyes back in the lineup there. So that's basically your whole entire main card. The prelims, you got anyone there. Charles Jourdain, he's a savage. That might be an interesting one. Yeah, a lot of Canadians here for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But still, watch that pay-per-view. You got a championship fight championship fights are usually pretty good. Hopefully this one's good. Good way to start off 2024. So yeah, Strickland, Du Plessis, January 20th, UFC pay-per-view. Check it out. Play some bets. Great way to start off 2024 with some UFC action. So with that, we're done. First episode 2024 is complete. So thank you so much for joining me as always. New year. So check this episode out on my YouTube channel, Guys Time with the Bryce, and then check the audio version, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Check it out. But yeah, great episode. Start off 2024. Like I said, watch some football. Got the national championship game on next Monday between Michigan and Washington. Go Blue. You got some NFL games on this Saturday. Place your bets. And then obviously Sunday football. Go Lions. Beat Minnesota. Take care of business at home. Got to get that W to finish off the regular season. You got hockey on tonight. 2 games on tonight. Red Wings play tomorrow. Go Wings. Take care of business against the Kings. And then UFC. Got some fight nights coming up in the next couple weeks to start off 2024. And with that, guys, the Bryce is out. So take care. Have a great rest of the week. Stay safe out there. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me again. You guys are awesome. The Bryce is out. Take care, guys. Have a great rest of the day.